Is your house an asset or a liability? It's such a great question. And the answer is really kind of both. So, one of the interesting things about housing wealth in the United States is for a lot of Americans, it's their largest asset. But also for a lot of Americans, especially Americans in retirement, it's also their largest liability in the sense of cash outflow every month. So you look at Americans in retirement, and their largest financial asset, their largest savings vehicle has been building home equity. But at the same time, they're still paying mortgages, they're paying property taxes, they're paying home upkeep, and it remains an asset. But the reality is we need a place to live. So we can't just avoid the home conversation when we think about living, when we think about retirement, when we think about financial security. A place to live is a fundamental and basic need. So we have to have one. So then how do we deal with it the best? Well, if you think back to like life when we're buying a house, it's a little bit different conversation. You often hear this terminology, right? Real estate agents and others say location, location, location. That's what matters. Interestingly enough, when I look at retirement planning, I think the dynamic shifts a little bit. It is not to say location isn't important. You want sunlight, you want to be around family, friends, those types of things. But to a large extent, it shifts. And actually, to me, housing wealth and retirement is more about cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. Can you maintain that property? Can you afford it? Is it depleting your retirement income savings and resources to the point where you can't live the life you want to live? Now, here's the thing. There's a lot of strategies out there once you get to retirement. You can do nothing and continue to live and age in place. You can downsize the home. You could get a line of credit. You could refinance the home if you have a mortgage. You could use a reverse mortgage to purchase a home, set up a line of credit, or even pay off an existing mortgage. Or you could just downsize in the sense of cost, but maybe not size or quality of the home. So you have all those different situations. You could also use the cash flow from your home for things like long-term care, for retirement income, for spending, for cash flow management, to maybe reduce some debt, for risk mitigation in some situations, and tax planning, because often loans from a house, at least the proceeds from them at the time you take them out, are not taxable at that time. Not always, but most situations that tends to be true with most traditional lending sources, say a reverse mortgage, home equity line of credit, tend to be useful tax planning vehicles instead of liquidating potentially tax-deferred savings like an IRA or 401k. So you can use your home very strategically in retirement. The reality is many financial advisors, many professionals still don't think about the home as a strategic vehicle to enhance retirement or your financial situation. That needs to shift. So make sure when you are retiring, when you're thinking about retirement income planning, whether you're an advisor, a financial professional, attorney, or otherwise, you think about home in the ways it could be used to strategically improve somebody's financial situation.